Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Discover It Chrome Gas and Restaurant Credit Card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. Okay, so diving right into the main features of this card. First off, we're going to be talking about cash back and how you can earn it with this card. So starting out, you will be receiving 2% cash back at gas stations as well as at restaurants on up to $1,000 in combined purchases each and every quarter, so every 3 months. And then everything above $1,000 in those combined categories, anything above that amount, you will be receiving just 1% in cash back. And then in all other transactions outside the gas and restaurant category, so like think groceries, retail stores, or anything like that, you will only be earning 1% in cash back. Now with this card, you're also going to be receiving a spend bonus as well. So with other companies out there, like with Capital One, Chase, etc., maybe American Express, you might see their offers where you might have to spend, let's say, like $1,000 within the first 3 months. And in return, you might receive a spend bonus of, let's say, like $200. Well, with Discover, it's set up differently where it's actually like an unlimited amount that you can earn as far as your spend bonus goes. So depending on how much cash back you earn throughout your first year with this credit card is going to completely depend on how much you receive yourself. So let's say, for instance, that you receive $100 in cash back. Well, at the end of your first year, Discover will match that and give you $100 in cash back, bringing your total to $200. So in that case, your spend bonus would be $100 because you earn $100 in cash back. Now, on the other hand, you can earn, let's say you go all out and you earn like $1,000 in cash back at the end of your first year. Well, Discover will match that and send you a whopping $1,000 in return. So it's going to be unlimited, which is pretty good all in all. Now with this card, you're also going to be able to have some other benefits as well. So just for instance, you're going to have a 0% introductory APR for the first 15 months on both purchases and balance transfers. So let's say, for instance, maybe you have a lot of larger transactions coming up and you don't have the cash set aside right now to pay your balance off in full. Well, with this card, you're going to have 15 months to save up that money and pay down the balance little by little, and then hopefully by the end of the first 15 months, you will be able to pay that balance off in full. You definitely will want to do so, because if not, after the first 15 months are up, your APR is going to shoot up, which we are going to dive into in just a moment. Then as far as the balance transfers go, let's say that right now you have another credit card out there in the market, just hypothetically speaking. Maybe you have a Capital One credit card where you're paying a pretty high interest rate and a lot of interest on a month-to-month basis. Well, considering you're going to have a 0% introductory APR on your balance transfers, you could always have the opportunity there to transfer the balance from your Capital One credit card, again, hypothetically speaking, over to this card. And once again, for the first 15 months, you will no longer be paying any interest for that balance. Now, there are going to be some fees associated with that transfer. And again, after the first 15 months are up, your APR at that point in time is going to shoot right back up again. So you will want to make sure that your balances are paid off in full before the first 15 months in. But again, we are going to dive into what that could possibly look like. Then as far as some other benefits with this card go, the fact that your rewards never expire and you can redeem your rewards at any point in time. Now, as far as how you can redeem your rewards, you are going to have a few different options. So one of your options is you can directly deposit your rewards into any bank account. You can also choose to have a credit on your statement to reduce your statement balance. You can also select to donate to select charities. You can also shop on Amazon, make purchases on PayPal, or redeem for gift cards and e-certificates. Now, these gift cards and e-certificates do start at $5, so you will need a minimum of $5 in order to redeem it for this. But for everything else, like if you want to directly deposit your rewards into your checking account, then you can do that at any point in time. So now that we went over the main features of this card at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, like I just mentioned a moment ago, on your purchases, you are going to have a 0% introductory APR for the first 15 months with this card, which could be very beneficial for some people. However, like I just mentioned, it's going to be extremely important that your balance is paid off in full before the 15 months in, because after the 15 months are up, your APR at that point in time is going to shoot up to anywhere between 18.24 to 28.24% based on your credit worthiness. And unfortunately, to a lot of people, they take advantage of the 0% APR and they rack up a huge balance. And then whenever the 15 months ends, they think, oh no, and then they realize they don't actually have the money to pay off that huge balance. So please make sure to use this responsibly and don't go out and spend well beyond your means without actually paying down that balance. Make sure that the balance is paid off in full. That way you're not paying hundreds of dollars of interest whenever that promotional period ends. Then on your balance transfers, once again, you're going to have the 0% introductory APR, which you will want to pay off once again before the 15 months are up, because after the 15 months are up, your APR, just like on your purchases, is going to shoot up to anywhere between 18.24 to 28.24% based on your credit worthiness. And you will want to make sure your balance transfer is posted to your account by September 10th of 2024. That's when this promotional period ends. Not sure if they will extend that or not. Then as far as the cash advances go, if you do happen to take out a cash advance, which on this channel we recommend strongly not doing, this of course should not be considered financial advice, just my own personal reasons. With them, you have a very high interest rate, plus you have to pay a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this card, just know that your APR on them is going to be a whopping 29.99%, plus a lot of fees as well, which we are going to go ahead and dive into right now. So as far as the fees go, starting out on cash advances, your fees are either going to be $10 or 5% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. Then as far as balance transfers go, if you happen to do a balance transfer with this card, it's not going to be completely free. It is going to be 3% as long as your balance transfer is posted by September 10th of 2024. After that, it's going to shoot up to 5%. Then as far as late or return payments go, if you happen to pay late or have a return payment, there is going to be a fee on those for up to $41. Now, if you happen to pay late for the first time, maybe even the second time, you could always try calling into Discover to see if they will waive that fee for a one or maybe second time convenience. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Definitely does not hurt trying, but maybe in the future you might want to consider setting up autopay, marking your calendars, or doing whatever works best for you. Just make sure that you are paying on time. That way you're not faced with that $41 late payment fee. Then as far as annual fee goes, luckily with this card, there are no annual fees, so you can keep this card on a year-to-year basis, and you don't have to sit around and consider whether or not paying some type of annual fee would be worth it with the benefits you're getting back in return, because there are no annual fees. And then with this card, there are no foreign transaction fees either. So if you do happen to travel abroad, it is a card you can definitely take with you and continue to use, and you won't be hit with any extra fees, at least by Discover. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and go over what I would consider to be the best things about this credit card and the worst things about this credit card. So we're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is the fact that you're going to be earning the 2% in cash back at both gas stations and restaurants on the first $1,000 in combined transactions each quarter. So that's a pretty solid amount in cash back. You're also going to have the cash back match at the end of your first year, so your spend bonus is going to be unlimited. You can earn a pretty big spend bonus if you earn a lot of cash back with this card at the end of your first year. You're also going to have the 0% introductory APR on both your purchases and balance transfers, so that could be very helpful for a lot of people as well. And then finally, there are no annual fees and there are no foreign transaction fees either, so it's obviously pretty beneficial as well. Then as far as the drawbacks go, you do have a cap on the 2% in cashback at gas stations and restaurants each quarter. That cap is going to be $1,000. So if you spend more than $1,000 each quarter in that category, unfortunately, you are only going to be earning 1% in cashback. Also, in all other categories outside of gas stations and restaurants, you're only going to be earning 1% cash back in those categories, which is very poor. And then also, you don't have any other special categories outside of gas stations or restaurants. I know this credit card is kind of specialized towards gas stations and restaurants. That's why it's named as such, but still it would be nice if maybe you could earn like 5% cash back in some other category, or maybe if they expanded it also to like grocery stores. So just to sum things up here, all in all, I guess it's a decent credit card, but it's not necessarily one that I would strongly recommend. Instead, I might maybe go with one by like Wells Fargo, like the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card. With that one, you're going to be earning 2% cash back, unlimited, and then also in every single category. Also with that card, you're going to be earning a $200 spend bonus. You're going to have a 0% introductory APR on your purchases and balance transfers. So that card, for example, beats this one out of the water. You're going to be earning 2% cash back across the board, not just in two categories. You're also getting the spend bonus, and you're also getting the 0% introductory APR. So this card, for example, isn't one that I would necessarily like really strongly recommend. But that's all we have for this review. I certainly hope you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.